Instead of just telling the reader what a character is like, you can show it by describing how the other characters react to them. This way, the reader can figure things out for themselves without you saying it directly. You might know this as show don't tell. It makes the story more fun to read because the reader gets to piece together clues about what a character is like.
For example, imagine if an author wrote this. The room buzzed with chatter until Glenda walked in, and suddenly everyone fell silent. The way people reacted to Glenda makes us curious. Why did they stop talking? Maybe she's their boss and has some important news. Maybe it's her birthday and they're about to surprise her. Or maybe they don't like her and are unhappy she's there. That one sentence is a clue, and what happens next will help us figure out if our guesses are right or wrong. The author has hooked us by using character reactions. We're drawn into the story and want to see if our predictions turn out to be true. Show don't tell. Reveal characters through others' reactions. Here's Mr. Roberts. He's a teacher and the main character in my story. What type of teacher is he? Is he kind, patient, and friendly? Or is he strict, serious, and demanding? Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you instead.
We can show what Mr. Roberts is like by describing how other characters react to him. To help you see how impactful these reactions are, compare how these two sentences make you feel about him.
Walking through the bustling corridor, Mr. Roberts was greeted by smile after smile. When Mr. Roberts walked down the corridor, two students froze for a moment, then spun on their heels and quickly vanished in the opposite direction.
There's a big difference between the two reactions. In the first one, Mr. Roberts seems like a popular, friendly teacher. In the second one, he seems like quite the opposite. In fact, someone the students want to avoid.
As Mr. Roberts patrolled the playground, two students approached, peppering him with questions about his favourite topic, Arsenal. Mr. Roberts strode around the playground, but the students kept their distance, only glancing his way when they thought he wouldn't notice.
Again, there's a big difference. In the first sentence, he's approachable and shares interests with the students. In the second, the students don't want to go anywhere near him and even avoid eye contact with him. He seems like a pretty strict or mean teacher.
"What's up, Mr. R? Did you have a good holiday?" James asked casually, giving his favourite teacher a friendly smile and a high five. "Heads up, the bald eagle's on the prowl," Craig muttered to his twin brother, sneaking a hand over his mouth as Mr. Roberts marched onto the playground.
When a student calls Mr. Roberts Mr. R and gives him a high five, it shows he's a friendly, fun, and easy to talk to teacher. But when students give him a mean nickname, like the Bald Eagle, it suggests he's not very popular and maybe even feared. Let's give you one more example.
"Honestly, Mr. Roberts, if I were a student, I'd want to be in your class," Mr. Thomas, the janitor, remarked. "You really know how to connect with them." "Arthur, honestly, if you weren't so tough on the students, they'd be a lot more comfortable around you. Smile more when you're with them. You'll be surprised what a difference it will make."
It's not just the students who react to Mr. Roberts, other staff members will too. The janitor's comment shows that he thinks Mr. Roberts is the kind of teacher every student wants. On the other hand, the other teacher's words were harsher. Clearly, even the staff know that Mr. Roberts isn't the friendliest teacher in the school. Instead of just using character reactions, you can also use the reactions of objects. To do this, you'll need to use the figurative language technique called personification. Personification is when you make non-human things seem like they have human thoughts, feelings, and actions. Look at these examples.
As Mr. Roberts began his lesson, the books on the shelves seemed to lean forward, eager to join in on the lively discussion. Whenever Mr. Roberts began a lesson, the class's pet hamster would freeze in its tracks, its mouth full of food, seemingly hanging on to his every word. As soon as Mr. Roberts began speaking, the clock on the wall seemed to slow down, each tick dragging on as if even time itself was bored. When Mr. Roberts started teaching, the ceiling lights flickered lazily, like they too were struggling to stay awake.
And there you have it. Using character and object reactions is a fantastic show-don't-tell technique that really brings your characters to life. When you illustrate how others react to a character, it reveals their feelings and helps us understand that character without being told directly. So give it a try in your next story. Challenge yourself to describe your characters through the eyes of those around them and through the objects in their environment. It'll take your character description skills to another level.
Thanks for watching. If you found this tutorial useful, please help my YouTube channel to grow by liking and subscribing. And if you leave a comment, I promise to reply. Finally, if you want some more character description tips, take a look at another of the tutorials I've done in this series. This one, for example. It'll take your story writing to the next level.